Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Hopefully amazing. Sarah Strizzi here. I am so excited to be bringing you this beautiful interview with my client and dear friend, Amber Amlie. She is such an inspiration and just has a beautiful story to share. So thank you for joining us today. My name is Sarah Strizzi. I am an energy healer, spiritual mentor, and intuitive way shower on a mission to help you release the things holding you back so that you can truly unlock your potential and soar. Thank you so much for being here, Amber.
Thank you for having me, Sarah.
You're so welcome. I just am so grateful. We've been talking about this time to come together in this space for quite some time. So today is the day. Love it. So Amber is a mental health advocate. She is very passionate about helping others release the grief, release the sadness, really take care and foster mental health. And through her own journey, she realizes the importance of that. So Amber, can you kind of speak about your story and some of the things that you've been through that have brought you to this awareness of how important mental health is?
Yes. So looking back as a child, I realize now I was anxious. I had a lot of the what if thoughts, not realizing it until much later. But when my mental health really took a nosedive is when I was 22 and my father died very suddenly in my arms because of the depth of trauma. And him and I were extremely close, and it happened so quickly, and there was no preparation. The PTSD and the depression really took hold. And it seemed like each year a different trauma would happen, and there was a lot of chronic pain, the just unrelenting depression, the PTSD that would really keep any loud sounds from having been in the hospital, hearing sirens, any of those types of things. It really just completely changed my life at 22. I was able to keep it together for quite a while, and then I got sicker and sicker. And it's funny how you can put things off in your mind and keep plugging away and doing the things that you're doing. But at some point, your body, maybe it whispers and maybe it starts to talk. And then for mine, it just screamed. And I found that when I developed chronic illness when I was 26 years old, I actually became paralyzed with a very rare disease. And that's when the depression, it just grew, it just sort of compounded. And so when I finally met Sarah in 2019, I was on a lot of medications. I was having this daily feeling like I was walking up the down escalator, and I sometimes would get to the very top, things would be getting better, and then something else would happen and I would just fall right back down. And it wasn't until our first session in July of 2019 that I finally got relief from that. Gosh, it gives me goosebumps. When you have been suicidal, when you've had the thought that I don't want to wake up tomorrow, it wasn't necessarily, I want to kill myself. It wasn't necessarily, do I want to use a razor blade or a bottle of pills? It was for me merely, I can't do this pain anymore. I can't be in this physical, mental, emotional, I can't do it. And it was on our very first session that I never have had another one of those thoughts ever again.
Oh, so amazing. And so to clarify what it is I do, I'm a certified emotion and body code practitioner. And here's the book here written by Dr. Bradley Nelson. You can check it out to learn more about this modality. It's a really wonderful framework to allow us to connect energetically. We access your subconscious mind, right? And your subconscious mind is this cataloging computer, and it's keeping track of all of the experiences you've been through, all of the trapped emotional energies within your body. So if we don't process our emotions at the time of their occurrence, if we're dealing with tremendous grief or oh my goodness, so many things like the guilt, the shame, and we just push those down and we suppress them and we try to just move forward and carry our best face, right? Those emotional energies, those unprocessed emotional energies become trapped in our bodies. So we are energy before we are physical. And if we don't honor and recognize the emotions that we're feeling each and every day, then they become trapped in our tissues and in our bodies. And then they manifest in our physical bodies as pain, potential disease, all of these other things. And so it's really important to understand that there are tools and there are people like me on a mission to help you release these things so that you can finally move past them. We honor, we recognize these emotions that were there, present, that are here. We honor them, we bless them, and we release them, and we clear them out of your physical body. We clear them out of your energy field so that you can heal, you can move past this, you can move forward, and we're creating new energies, new space for new and fresh energies to live and be there and in support of optimal health. And also by doing this helps to raise your vibrational frequency. And so you start to see your life shifting in beautiful ways. So Amber, it's just been an amazing testament and for me to see your transformation from the first session that we've had together and to today. It's just been amazing to watch this healing in action and really be a part of your life.
Yes.
So good.
So good. And for a visual, because I think sometimes it helps to have it, we experienced a mudslide in our town and it killed many people and it did damage on our property. And each time we would have to evacuate, I would add a new anxiety medication because it wasn't just we had just had the fires too. And so it was hearing the trauma each time it would get triggered, a new one. And so then I added, so then I think after maybe the third evacuation for rain and the sheriffs come to the house, scaring my children who already are a little anxious. And I just kept adding them over the years. And so after our very first call, I was able to drop on just our first call 3 immediately.
Amazing.
And I had to slowly wean off the 4th.
Just absolutely amazing. And so, of course, I'm not a doctor and I don't promote people getting off their medicines, but it is a natural progression of what happens when we are finding the root cause of the anxiety, the root cause of the depression. And when you heal that, when you go and identify the root cause, because your subconscious knows exactly where to direct us. And through the emotion and body code, there's this mind map that your body can bring us through to get to the root cause, to identify and release it once and for all. And when that is healed, then all of the symptoms dissipate and the symptoms release and they lessen. It's amazing, right?
Yes. I know never to stop medication unless, like I always contact my doctor. I always, do those smart things, but it was like, there was no need, there was no symptom. The main problem had been alleviated. So there were no symptoms and there was no need to take the medicine.
So good. So good. So good. So that's just really helping to support your health and really helps the pocketbook also, right? Because that's expensive to keep up on all those medications.
It is. And it's so powerful when you realize how much of your healing is you're in charge of it. Those doctors get paid a lot of money to write out those prescriptions. They don't spend much time, if any, on healing yourself. And look at what we can do over the phone. So it's a miracle.
Oh, it's so good. And that is another thing to mention is that this work is done. I work completely over the phone. I have clients from around the globe and we just connect in, of course, with your permission and then with the intention and belief. We set up this connection and it's all about quantum physics. And so I muscle test. I use applied kinesiology to get yes, no answers within my own body, because once we're connected, I'm a mirror of my client's energy, and then their subconscious is able to communicate through us as I'm a mirror, and I muscle test on their behalf. And it's just amazing, and release these imbalances that come up, these trapped emotional energies, and the shift, the healing, the transformation, the growth and expansion that is possible through this it's life-changing. It's life-changing. And I've seen it within Amber, and it's just been such a delight in my life to know that even helping this beautiful one person has created an amazing ripple of positivity in the lives of many. So let's talk on that a moment. So Amber, by you receiving this healing within yourself, and for you being open and committed to your own healing, how has that helped your family and your relationships?
So I no longer, because I would get triggered when I had, the PTSD, I'd get triggered. My easiest go-to was anger and yelling, and the outbursts. And I find that I am much more even keeled. Both of my children just recently said, they noticed immediately after back in 2019, my whole family noticed a huge change. But over the course of us continuing to work on it as things come up in my life, I am able to take that deep breath before I talk. I'm able to walk out of the room, which is really helpful when you're raising two teens. And if you have any relationships, that you can say one less thing and you contemplate, should I say this? I'm able to use all the tools that I had, but now because I don't immediately react, I'm just a more kind parent and more pleasant person to live with.
Oh, it's so good. And when you can show up in that balanced energy, you hold space for the others in your life, right? So if they're having a meltdown or they're in the hot zone, instead of you entangling with that energy and being a part of it because of the stress and anxiety,
yes,
able to kind of hold space for your children and create that moment where they feel supported and heard, and they look to you as that safety. And it's a wonderful, wonderful place to be. And so let me explain a little bit about why we react the way we do, and how, the triggers that come up cause us to just, go from 0 to 10 in 2 seconds, right? Well, when we so the average person is walking around with about 350 or so trapped emotions in their bodies. And these trapped emotions of fear, anxiety, panic, shame, guilt, frustration, anger, all of them, they vibrate at their own particular frequency of energy. And so when we have this, hodgepodge of trapped emotional energies at these lower frequencies, we more easily react to and identify with that chaos and that static. And we often find those lower density, those lower vibrational energies trapped in our bodies, because the higher ones, the happiness, the joy, the peace, the excitement, the confidence, all of that, we feel those emotions, we process and release them. We don't stuff happiness, right? We feel it, we allow it to come to its full expression, and then it releases, right? So the higher vibrational energies that I just spoke about don't become trapped in our bodies. It's the lower ones, the lower frequencies. So if we look at, with David Hawkins' Power versus Force here, he has a really great diagram. Let me see if I can pull it up quickly. I'm not sure if I can get to it, but it's oh goodness gracious, I should have had that ready. But anyway, this is a beautiful book, Power versus Force, and it talks about, by David Hawkins. He is just amazing. It talks about how the lower vibrational energies of the shame, the guilt, the fear, things like that, they vibrate, they move at a slower vibration, they're more dense, and they trap them. They can easily become trapped in the density of our own tissues and our own bodies. And so the more we work together, the more we release these lower vibrational energies from your body, clear them out, release them, you become, you see yourself move from reactive to proactive. reactive to proactive, because all of those different reverberations and frequencies have been released out of your body. So you're not pinging off of those energies, so that you can have that moment to take 1 or 2 seconds before you react. And it's a beautiful, beautiful day when you feel capable of taking that second before you react. It's just a wonderful reclaiming our power, right? Like we can stay in control of the situation much more effortlessly when we are in control of our emotions rather than our emotions controlling us, right?
So powerful.
So good. So good. I love it. So how do you feel? So life continues to come, right? We experience things every single day. The world has been going through a lot in the last few years. There's been a lot of turmoil and a lot of adjustment and a lot of coping with what we've been going on globally on this planet. So luckily for you and I, we've connected and we've stayed regular through this entire time. How have these regular sessions helped you process and release the things happening around you, the energies that you've absorbed or picked up on from, you know, the collective fears and anxieties and griefs? Have you noticed assistance with having these regular sessions, especially during this time?
100%. I've thought about, without these sessions, it would be like my own horror film, and I don't like horror films. I can't imagine, because for me, being an empath, being highly sensitive, I pick up on and sense other people's pain, even people that I don't know. And the best way to describe when we have a session, what it feels like is in my lungs, it feels like each time I have a little less air that I can get in my lungs. And when we have a session, it feels like I can take a deep breath again. And, at one point, my husband, because I haven't been working, he questioned the cost. And then when he saw how much relief it provides, and that I don't need to call my psychiatrist to go on another medication, it's become like just part of my self-care. And there's other things I go without because it's just too important. And I just can't imagine. I would have to be adding more of this. And I won't go back to that again. This is part of my self-care. So.
It is. Oh, and I see it. And so part of your success has been your willingness to commit for yourself, for your own self-care, putting yourself as a priority so that you can really get the healing that you need in your life, so that you can come back into this beautiful balance of harmony and co-creation within your own life. Our bodies have such a strong will to live and such a amazing desire for optimal health. And when we assist our body in that way by providing care in such a way through this energy healing and meditation and visualizations and all of this really help to support our body in its natural yearning for health and wellness. So I'm really grateful that you have made this commitment within yourself. And not only are you open and willing to do what it takes to heal, you are using the tools in our, that we talk about in our sessions. You have other tools that you pick up on in your life that you hold on to. You're using what you're learning. You are putting your healing into action, and it shows, girl. I am so proud of you.
I love that. I love hearing that. And I can soak it up, because I could give you a list of all the things that don't work. And I kept trying them. And what do they say is insanity? Doing the same thing, expecting a different result. And I exhausted all of the things that you could try that didn't work. And when you give to yourself 100%, you can give to not just your husband, your kids, but you give to your community. You can show up and show compassion for the people that are in need. And I'm just super grateful. Now my kids, if they see me, you know, like taking one of my, you know, studying for one of our classes that I take with you, or going to the beach to take time, they're like, go do your thing, Mom, because we know that that means that you're going to respond to us and not just react out of anger. And it's just really nice when you get your family's buy-in and you get the encouragement from other people. It's like, this is what I should have been doing all along. I'm just so grateful I'm doing it now.
Oh, so good. And things show up at the right time. So never have regrets on the past. You are always where you are meant to be in any given moment. So if any of you listening to this beautiful testimony are intrigued or thinking, wow, you know, there's some things in my life that I would like to process and heal and move past from, connect with me, reach out to me. I'll put my links below this video. I have my energy healing business, Nurture Light Healing. And I absolutely love my one-on-one sessions with my clients. They are just so highly inspired. The connection that we make, the collaboration with our higher selves, with source energy, with God, you know, it's really just pulling in this the divine wisdom and awareness into the physical, and really being able to utilize the tools available to us to heal, to help expand our awareness. As we heal, our awareness expands and we have more of an understanding of why we've gone through what we've gone through, how it's affected us, how we can then pivot moving forward as new things come up. You're like, oh yeah, I went through that. That's what I did to get out of that and how I healed from that. So you have tools to access and resources to draw from to help you move forward, because this life, this is not the dress rehearsal. This is the main act, right? This is our time to shine. We have shown up. We have focused ourselves in this reality to be the best we can be, and to really connect with happiness and joy. And so much of life tries to get in the way of that. And I am on a huge mission to help people release the burdens, release the resistance, to open up to the flow of the universe and allow life to come to and through you. And one of the ways I am really passionate about doing that is through my signature course, the vibration code. So I created the signature course, the vibration code, to help people really break down aspects of their life. So there's 6 modules. This is a self-guided course. There's the power of intention, the power of intention, followed by the power of emotion, goes into the power of belief, which is huge, the power of story, very big, the power of purpose, and the power of vision. And so we go through these different aspects, and Amber's been a student of mine, and really I've seen her vibration increase by going through this course and learning how to release the things no longer serving us, how to identify our beliefs. Our beliefs are, it's, you know, what you focus on and the belief you is what creates your reality. So I'm all about helping you, first of all, identify what beliefs are you holding in your mind? You know, what beliefs are you subscribing to? Those beliefs have energy. Beliefs create thoughts. Thoughts create emotions. Emotions held over a period of time create a general feeling. And it's the feeling, it's the vibrational energy of the feeling that signals the law of vibration and the law of attraction to call to you its equal match. So I'm all about helping you come back into your power, come back into your wisdom and awareness, being intentional with the beliefs you have, the stories you tell yourself, the thoughts you have, the emotions, because you are co-creating your reality with all of those. And so the more intentional, the more informed, self-informed we can become, the more we can become powerful manifestors in our own life. And that's what it's all about, you guys. We're here to co-create this beautiful life. And we're here to heal the unprocessed emotional energies that are dense and that kind of keep us stuck, right? So freeing ourselves from that so that we can emerge into this this reclaimed awareness of who we are, which is so powerful. So Amber, do you feel like, have you felt yourself just coming back into your own power and really tapping into your own self-confidence and understanding and seeing that your journey and your path through your journey has really, it's very impactful, and it's giving you a platform from which to speak. And there's people, you know, a few steps behind you that were in your shoes, that you now have a path out. Do you feel inspired to share more about that?
Absolutely. I feel that one of the saddest parts of depression is it tells you that you're alone. And even when you see the statistics and hear that 40, 50 million people struggle with depression, whatever the numbers are, it is an isolating disease. And I think the pandemic created really like the worst environment because we were forced to isolate. And so for anyone that did struggle with depression, I know that this has been a really difficult time. And learning things like this that you can do and really be in control of your mental health. And I'm so grateful because when you struggle with anxiety, when you struggle with PTSD, you're not able to access the tools that you and the things that you have learned, because it's like, you know, they're back there, but all you can do is react, and you're only looking at what's in front of you. You're not able to have like that eagle eye view. And if anybody knew me for 20 plus years, I was slowly struggling with depression. And I eventually had to go to a mental hospital shortly before meeting Sarah. So I've been in the depths, and my psychiatrist and my other doctors have said, I'm really lucky to be here based on the different things that I've struggled with. And so I just want to give people hope that it's never too late, and the best is yet to come.
Oh, we say that all the time, don't we? The best is yet to come. How encouraging is that to know that, right?
100%. It's like, if you believe you can, you're right. If you believe you can't, you're right. So just believing that you can, that anything is possible. And if you believe that the best already happened, then I'm so sorry. I know how that is. I was that person for so long, but who's to say? Anything's possible.
Anything is possible. And like you said, it's your belief. It's your belief in, yes. It's what you're focusing on, and it's the belief in the meaning you're giving it that
yes.
creates your reality. So the more we become masters of our beliefs and our thoughts, then that elicits our emotions, and the more our emotions, they're amazing. So there's nothing to fear about emotions. We come to this planet to learn emotion. This is the planet of emotion, the planet of love. And so our emotions are great, great teachers. And if you're feeling stress, if you're feeling anxiety and depression, what is that an indication of? It's an indication of that lack of connection. You feel disconnected, you feel alone, you feel isolated. And so when you are in that space, that disconnection, that's when those emotions come up, because that's an indicator to you that you need to move back into connection. You need to come back into connection to yourself, to your higher self, to your source energy within you, to your connection, to your higher power. Come back into that beacon of truth that is you, your soul, that connection, as well as connection of community. So we are all facets of the whole. So we are all connected. That is how we are able to connect energetically over the phone, because we're already connected. So of course, when we go through moments of feeling disconnected, that's where this discontent and this suffering occurs, is because that's an illusion. That is a meaning that we're attributing. Granted, it's not always apparent that that's something that we're choosing, or that we're buying into, or that we're subscribing to. So it's really important to understand that there's people like me and Amber, mental health advocates, that are just really on a mission to help people understand that there's a way out, that there are tools. we can get to the root cause of what's creating that disconnection, that depression, that anxiety, heal that part of yourself so that you can transcend it and come back into the remembrance that you are never alone. You are always guided and supported. Life is happening for you, not to you. There's so many beautiful spiritual truths to come back into the, reawaken to in our life, to draw from each and every day. And it's just such a passion of ours to really help be that beacon of light in our communities and within our families, to let others know that there is help, there is hope, and there's a way out of the chaos. Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, so good. Thank you so much, Amber. So in closing, what anything else that's on your heart that you would like to share before we wrap this up?
I learned so many great things in the vibration code series, how seemingly little things it's sort of like the butterfly effect. Seeming little things can add up to something really big. And one of the things I really gleaned from the course is when you are starting to have a pity party and you're starting to get down into the low vibrations, envy, any of the things, just being grateful for anything at all. Even if you're doing dishes, it's proof that you have food. And I see homeless people every day. So I am grateful very often for those things. And just, it's so easy to get going on that downward spiral, but our brains are so powerful. We can stop at any time, and finding gratitude for anything, it really works. So thank you for teaching me that.
Oh my gosh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. And I just love, bringing it back around to gratitude. So that is the quickest way to raise your vibration. If you do notice that this unconscious, your unconscious thought patterns are going down the spiral, just stop, pause. Sometimes I wear a rubber band on my wrist and I'll flick it and I'll be like, whoa, look, like wake up again. Like, you kind of go into that unconscious thought when you're going down that downward spiral. That is an unconscious kind of program. Stop yourself, think of 3 things that you're grateful for, and instantly come back into a state of gratitude. That is the quickest way to raise your vibration. And being in a high vibe state, in a high vibrational state, really brings you back into your truth. It brings you back into your power. It brings you back into this state of awareness, of confidence, and really does help to create ripples of positivity in your life and in the lives of others. So you holding space within yourself in a high vibrational state of gratitude is enough to counteract 1 million people in depression. So in your own life, make a commitment to honor and hold on to and recognize gratitude each and every day. And you will be doing amazing work for this beautiful planet and the collective of humans here, sharing this space with each other.
Yes.
So good.
So good.
Love it. Awesome. This is going to be, I'm sure, the first of several discussions that me and Amber have together, because she is just such an inspiration in this world. And I'm so excited, Amber, to see where you go. You are just on the launching pad to greatness every day. You are making just amazing strides in your own personal life. Just really recognizing your own healing and the importance of that, and really honoring your journey and what you've been through. And now I feel people are manifesting you to help show them the way out. And I'm just excited to see what you create, my friend. You are just an amazing inspiration.
Very excited. I really can appreciate, being vulnerable and just showing that, everybody that I've been there. And I may look like I have it together now, but you should have seen where I started, and anything's possible.
Oh, so good. Anything is possible. Thank you so much. And if you guys want to connect with me one-on-one, nurturelight.com is where you can book your energy healing sessions with me. I would love to connect with you in that space. I also host a beautiful, safe, and supportive community through the Heal and Shine Academy. So go to healandshineacademy.com to learn more. I have a membership community as well as a signature course. So jump in and join like minds like Amber and I on a mission to really create ripples of positivity within our own lives and within the world. All right, you guys, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you on the next video. Bye,
Okay,
Amber.
bye.